Marcus makes $94,000 a year. He has a savings account, he checks it regularly. He knows exactly how much he should be saving every month. And yet, every time he looks at that balance, it's basically the same number it was 3 months ago. He's not irresponsible, he doesn't gamble, he doesn't have a drug habit, he works hard, he shows up, and at the end of every month he tells himself the same thing. Next month, I'll do better. Next month never comes. Now, meet Dana. Dana makes $67,000. No side hustle, no inheritance, no financial background whatsoever. She grew up in a household where money was always tight. Today, Dana saves 24% of her income, consistently, every single month. Same country, same economy, same rising prices, same interest rates. So what does Dana know that Marcus doesn't? It's not a spreadsheet, it's not a budgeting app, it's not discipline in the way most people think about it. It's something much simpler, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. We've been told the reason we can't save money is a math problem. You spend more than you earn. Simple. Fix the math, fix the problem. But if that were true, if this was purely arithmetic, then Marcus would have solved it by now. He's smart, he can do the math. The real reason most people can't save money has nothing to do with numbers. It has everything to do with identity. Specifically, who you think you need to look like to the people around you. Think about the last 3 purchases you made that weren't groceries or bills. Really think about it. How many of them were things you genuinely needed, and how many were things that, if you're being completely honest, you bought because of how they made you appear? To a coworker, a friend, a stranger on the internet who will forget you existed in 48 hours. This is what I call the identity tax, and most people are paying it every single month without realizing it. Marcus pays it every time he upgrades his phone on schedule, even when the old one works perfectly. He pays it when he orders a round of drinks at the bar because he doesn't want to look like he's watching his spending. He pays it on the car he financed because the old one was embarrassing. Nobody told him to spend this money, but the version of himself he was trying to project, that person needed all of it, and that person is expensive. Here's a question I want you to sit with. Would you still buy it if absolutely no one ever knew you owned it? Not your partner, not your friends, not your followers, no one. If the honest answer is no, or even maybe not, then you're not buying the thing, you're buying the signal. You're buying what that thing says about you. That's not a purchase, that's a performance. And performances don't build wealth, they drain it. Dana does this automatically, not because she's wired differently, but because she learned early that money spent performing a lifestyle is money that will never work for her. She doesn't feel the pull to upgrade things that still function. She doesn't feel embarrassed driving a paid-off car. She doesn't associate her self-worth with her visible spending. That mental freedom, that's the actual asset, and it's free. But here's where it gets even more serious. Every purchase you make has 2 price tags. The first one is the number on the label, the one you see. The second one is invisible, and it's almost always 10 to 20 times larger. Let's use Marcus as the example. Marcus pays $380 a month on a car note. To him, that's $380. That's what it costs. But let's run the real number. $380 a month invested consistently over 25 years at a modest 8% annual return is $342,000. That's not what the car cost Marcus. That's what the decision cost him. The second price tag on that car wasn't $380 a month. It was $342,000 of future financial freedom, quietly handed over, one payment at a time. This is not about never spending money. It's about seeing the full cost of what you're buying, not just the number on the label, but the number it would have become. Once you start reading second price tags, impulse purchases start to feel very different. So how do you actually break the habit? Because knowing something and doing something are 2 completely different things. Marcus knows he overspends. Knowing hasn't fixed it. The most effective tool I've found, and the one that Dana uses without even calling it a strategy, is a simple rule. Any non-essential purchase over $50 waits 72 hours. That's it. You don't say no, you just say not yet. What happens in those 72 hours is remarkable. About 60 to 70% of the time, the urge disappears completely because most impulse purchases aren't driven by need, they're driven by a feeling in the moment, and feelings pass. The ones that survive 72 hours, those are usually legitimate. Buy them without guilt. But the ones that fade, those are the identity tax trying to collect, and you just stopped it at the door. I want to leave you with a different way to measure your progress, because most people measure wealth the wrong way. They look at a net worth number, and it either feels too small to matter or too abstract to motivate them. Here's a better metric. How many days could you survive at your current lifestyle without earning a single dollar? That number is your freedom horizon. If you lost your job tomorrow, how many days until you're in real trouble? 30? 90? 400? That number tells you more about your financial position than any net worth figure, because it measures the thing that actually matters, how much time you own. Dana's freedom horizon when she started was 11 days. Today, it's over 400. She didn't get there by earning more. She got there by stopping the identity tax, by reading second price tags, by letting the 72-hour rule filter out the noise. She got there by realizing that she was the only audience that mattered. Marcus isn't broke because he's bad with numbers. He's broke, relatively speaking, because he's been spending money to play a role in a story that nobody is watching as closely as he thinks. The moment he stops performing and starts building, everything changes. The real reason you can't save money isn't income, it isn't inflation, it isn't the economy. It's the gap between who you are and who you're spending money to appear to be. Close that gap, and the savings take care of themselves. If this hit differently than the usual financial advice you've heard, subscribe, because this is what we do here. We don't talk about budgets, we talk about the thinking behind the money. I'll see you in the next one.